Hi guys, I wanted to talk to you about this playboy, F-boy, cheater energy. You have probably encountered one of these before. You may be connected to it right now. And this is the type of energy that rarely stops cheating. You need to know this, okay? You need to take your rose-colored glasses off and recognize the fact that it is, in a lot of cases, disorder that's caused by PTSDs, upbringing. Sometimes it can even be genetic. Their daddy was a Rolling Stone. Their mama was too friendly to a milkman. You know what I mean? But this type of energy a lot of times grows up in a very unstable environments where they don't have strong sense of security. They have a lot of instability. Things are constantly changing, moving. Even the moods are, the energy is constantly changing, moving, right? And it is in a sense of energy of lack, where this person truly thinks the more the merrier. The most important thing is lack of trust here. This person, they don't have the sense of trust, because they could never trust their own parents, their own caregivers, right? So they don't trust nobody. They don't trust nobody. They don't trust their partners. They don't trust people who wish the best for them. So because of that lack of trust, they cannot form a healthy connection with another person, right? And this pattern is really hard to break. You know, a lot of times this will need a lot of therapy, a hypnosis, rerouting of subconscious patterns of mind, and just a lot of practice. And a lot of people are, you know, it is impossible for them to do all that work, you know. So there we go. That poor child grows up, and you know, especially if this child is, let's say this is a masculine, right? If he is skewed, he was skewed as a child, you know, he got a lot of validation, then he grows into a boy, gets a lot of validation. They're like, okay, this is how you get love. This is love, right? And that's when they start confusing validation for love, right? Attention for love, and care and trust, because without trust, there is no true love. And this boy becomes an F-boy, right? A playboy. And they are constantly in this energy of lack, because they never got, they're under-nurtured, right? They never got that true love, trust, and affection from their mother, right? So they actually eventually hate women, to be honest with you. They hate women. Deep down, they think that women are against them, that women are not to be trusted. And because of this, they lack forming true long-lasting connections with a good, trustworthy, nurturing women in their adulthood, right? You can see the improvement in a lot of cases though. Like, let's say if this unstable masculine connects with a stable energy, right? With a good woman, nurturing, loving, caring, trustworthy woman, right? Who can guide this masculine forward gently, without judgment, with an open heart, understanding his reality, understanding and accepting his background, but not necessarily accepting his current behavior, right? Gently guiding this dysfunctional masculine away from their dysfunctional patterns. And this is something that is not for the weak. So if you don't have patience, if you are looking for somebody to love you, then this is not for you. It will never be for you. You need a secure masculine who grew up in a stable home, who had a stable upbringing, knows what true love and trust looks like. That's what you need. But for those of you who are ready to get in a fight and stay in it, probably for the rest of your lives, this video is for you ladies. So let's get deep into it. So how do you do that? Well, the most important thing is that you need confidence. You need a lot of confidence, okay? You need to know who you are. Come on, buddy. Come on, big dog. You need to know who you are. You need to know your value. You need to know that you can do way better, but you decide not to, right? You need to understand this, that eventually you are lowering your standards for some sort of type of benefits, whatever they are. These benefits may be physical. Maybe there's something that nobody else can provide you besides this person. Who knows, right? Just know that there's always options for you available if you decide to disconnect from this dysfunctional energy. Some of you guys may be thinking, no, this is my twin flame. You know, we're supposed to experience this harsh love together. Well, you have always a choice to choose your wanted timeline. You don't need to stay and suffer. You can make a change today. As soon as you make that change, universe will start throwing you new options. As soon as you decide to walk away and say, no, this is not for me, good luck, buddy. Universe will bring you something more stable, more reliable, trustworthy, loving, and so on, right? But if you want to stay in this connection, if you want to stay in this battle, right, with this dysfunctional masculine, just know that them connecting to a stable energy like yourself, you will see improvements in them. You will make their life better, and you will see results. So let's say if this is a hardcore cheater, right? Let's say this masculine cheats on you every week, right? Or many times a week, right? On a casual Tuesday. Right? When you're visiting your mother. Or when you're late at work. That's when it goes down, right? When you least expect it to go down, that's when it goes down. When you're most loving to this person, right? When you treat them so good and it seems so nice and you're like, yes, I got them. they're hooked. They will never walk away again. And there we go, on a casual Tuesday, you find the red hair on your pillow. Yep. Just know that this will not stop anytime soon. This will not stop anytime soon. It may get better. It may get better. Eventually, this masculine will learn what a stable feminine energy looks like. Nope. Here. They will learn your boundaries over time, right? And the most important thing is that not to use your nerves or your energy on this thing. Just kind of keep it on a back burner there, like as a community project or something, you know? Like it's just there, you know? It may make it, it may not, who knows? You know? But if you want to form some sort of connection with this person, just know that it will not be a traditional connection. It will never become it will never evolve into a traditional connection. It is very, very, very difficult to turn a hoe into a hubby. A very difficult task. I have not met many people that have been able to do that, and even if it looks like they have beautiful families, you know, maybe they even got married, they have kids, trust me, at some point of their marriage, this masculine will go and cheat. Yes, they will go and do it again. Because it is a disorder. It really is a disorder, and unless they become a Jesus, you know, it will be impossible for them to break the pattern that is so deeply rooted. It is so deeply rooted, and all they want to do, the more stability you give them, the more comfort you provide, the more they want to go and do their thing, literally. So how do you keep this person on the hook, so to say, if you must, right? Well, you live your best life, ladies. You live your best life, and you may even have a second connection that you're building over time simultaneously, right? You have this community project that may make it, may not make it, who knows? But you are not putting your life on hold because of this. If you don't want nothing to do with them, then okay, I understand. Understandable. But for a lot of you, there is a reason why you want to be with them, right? And there is nothing wrong with you having another option if this is the case. Because you cannot be loyal to unloyal energy. It's just not fair. It's just not how things work. You mirror back their own energy. That's your job. To mirror back their own energy. Come on, buddy. And you have a perfect right to have a second connection that is maybe in the very early stages, you know. Maybe it's not exclusive yet. Or maybe it's a friendship. Or it's just growing over time, right? You have a perfect right to build a second connection that you feel is more stable and can lead towards proper marriage, kids, family, stability, the whole thing. Because as much as I hate to bring this up, it is very unlikely that an F-boy, a ho-ho, is going to turn into a stable hubby. That will most likely never happen. Okay? This may be your little lover, this may be your sidekick, this may be your friend with benefits, whatever you like to call it, right? But don't call it your hubby, okay? Don't call it your husband, don't call it your baby daddy. And God forbid if you have kids with this person, man. You are signing yourself up for some suffer, ladies. Come on, dog. You will be suffering. That's all I can say. You will be suffering, and you will be suffering a lot. Because this man does not want to be tied down, ladies. This man wants to be free. They want to live their best life. They live on scarcity, lack mentality. There's never enough. Will ever be enough. It don't matter if they date Halle Berry, whoever. I don't know. It don't matter. It don't matter of the cup size. Of a face card, none of that matter, because this man will go and cheat again and again and again, ladies, just so you know. But when you start living your best life and you're forming your own stability, you're forming your own dream life, and you may still be connected to this person, right? Maybe you just see them once a month. Maybe it's the best way to go, you know? Maybe that's what works for best of you. To see them once a month. I am not encouraging anybody to go and cheat, but it is your life, and you know what works for you. You know what's best for you, right? And things are complicated. So don't let society, the books, determine what is right and what is wrong and what works for you, and judge you for your own happiness. Do what you feel is right for you. Apply your intuition. Apply your discernment, right? Just know that even though you cannot trust this person, you can always trust that they will always be them, right? And how do you, so to say, train this person? Well, this is how you train this person. You live your best life, you guys. You go do what makes you happy. You find people that can provide you what this person cannot provide. And you enjoy. And you glow, and you're happy, and you're independent, but most importantly, you are detached. So then we hit the wall, ladies. Well, when you detach from this type of energy, which is very healthy, by the way, very healthy, I'm very proud of you if you were able to do that. And when you detach from this toxic energy, it doesn't hit the same way no more, right? Because your heart is not in it. You may still be physically connected to it, but your heart is not in it, right? So then this person automatically gets friend-zoned, right? They went from a twin flame to being just a friend, right? And only time will tell what happens in that connection. Only time will tell. You need to consider whether you need this in your life or not altogether. Do you want this or do you not want this? But don't try and change them, because the more you try and change them, the more you argue with them, trying to explain, trying to have your boundaries, like, you know, don't do this and this and that, and you hurt me so much, and why you do it again. You are just leaking your own energy. You're literally just consuming your energy, and this person is consuming your energy as well. The only way that they will learn is in your absence, ladies. the most important part of this video. Love, affection grows in your absence. It only grows in your absence, truly. So when you meet this person, make sure that you always have a good time. You know, obviously don't fake it. If you don't feel it, then you don't feel it. You know, just know what you're dealing with. Know that, you know, be safe. Most importantly, be safe, right? Use protection, things like that. Be safe, right? Make sure that you wash or they wash their stuff. They wash their sheets or whatever. I don't know. Sanitize their bathrooms. Oh God. Anyways, I would not recommend living with this type of energy, like ever, because they will bring some stuff in your house. Better believe it. Better trust and believe it. Don't let this energy in your house. Even if you, okay, let's say, see each other, right? Have your own homes and just go to their house, you know? Or see them in a hotel. I don't know, man. But I wouldn't bring this energy in your house because it will disturb your peace. It will disturb your little castle. It will disturb your sanctuary. Obviously, STDs is a factor here too, because normally these type of people are sexually very active, and you just have to be extra careful with them and know what not to do and when not to do it, right? So there are definitely even physical risk involved in these type of connections. But over the course of time, right? Over time, I have seen improvements in these type of connections. I have friends, I have a lot of girlfriends that are connected to toxic masculines, F-boys, playboys, so on. And I have seen the improvement in these type of connections over time, but this will take many years. It's mostly developing from like a very physical connection towards a friendship over time, where a lot of times these women will go and find something better over time when they're ready to let it go completely. But I have seen also improvement in masculines as well, where let's say if they used to cheat a lot, they will start cheating less and less, because every time, stop pulling. Every time this masculine goes and cheats on their girlfriend, which they, by the way, they never call them their girlfriends, you know, because they want to have their freedom and they don't want the evidence. They don't want evidence, right? Because if they actually went and cheated on their girlfriend, then they would have to admit that they're wrong, and they never want to do that. They just want to have their freedom, and they want to have something casual, and they want to have these options for every week of the day. But I have seen improvements where over time, with a friendship, the feelings grow stronger on the masculine side, and they get attached. They get attached to their best friend, their mommy substitute, their girlfriend who they don't want to call their girlfriend, right? And it's very hard for them to let it go. But it doesn't mean that they're ready. It doesn't mean that they're ready to let go of their old ways, or they're ready to stop cheating. It only means that their heart is opening up and they are embodying more trust. Hello. Oh, come on, buddy. they are embodying more trust, and they love the comfort, they love the security. It is probably something that they haven't experienced before. But they will also notice the detachment. And that's when the tables turn, right? That's when the scale flips, where the girlfriend becomes detached and she's already looking for a real masculine. She's already looking for a man in finance, 6'5", blue eyes, right? Ready to get married, right? Because she's already done with this F-boy. She's like, okay, it's been 3 years now. I have seen no too little improvement. It's time to move on. The time is ticking, you know. Time to start popping those babies. And that's where her masculine side comes in. That's where her logic comes in, where, you know, she's ready to settle down. She's ready to start building, and she understands that she cannot build with the F-boy. She cannot build with the toxic energy, because the toxic energy will always be leaking her energy elsewhere. So all that love that she gives to this F-boy, he will go and then give it to somebody else. So what's the point, right? All the resources she's giving to this masculine, he will then go and give it to somebody else. So I think that's all I have for this video. Take it or leave it. Do what's best for you, but just know. Bye.